This is the Cadet Baptist Church website, and it's found at cadetforchrist.com, and we're going to go over a quick little overview here of how to use the website. It's going to go over the basics here in this first video, and then as we proceed, we will go through some more specific training for some of the features of the website. So to access the website, you need to go to cadetforchrist.com/wp-admin, and that will allow you to log in. We're here, and we already have our username set up here. You should have your own username and password. And when we get here, then we load up the dashboard here initially. And the dashboard is a big screen of whiteness that is basically useless for you. So you need to ignore everything. All this white stuff over here just doesn't really mean much of anything for you. On the left side over here, though, then you'll see that we have a nice list of everything that appears on the website. And these are the things that are going to be important for you. So you can pay attention as we go through this list of items here, and we will let you know what is important and what is not so important. And then we'll have detailed tutorials for those things which are the most important for your website. We notice over here first that we have a place for updates. And under updates, then we have updates to plugins, updates to themes, updates to WordPress itself. Now we'll be regularly checking in on the website to be sure that it is updated properly. If you see that something needs updated, you can update it, but there's no particular need to. Every once in a while, when you update something, then it will create a problem that needs to be fixed. And then if that ever happens, if you update it, or if you notice something is not functioning how it used to, then let us know, and we can fix whatever problem that is. We'll help you out in whatever way we need to be sure that it's functioning properly. Now we have post here, and within post here, then we have a couple of posts that it looks like you all have made. Not entirely sure how you're utilizing this at the moment. Seems like maybe you've been experimenting and trying to figure out exactly how to use the website. I don't know that this is actually available easily through the website anywhere right now. I don't believe it is. So right now things are fairly simple on here, so I don't think we have posts that are exactly implemented on here, but we can add a place for a blog if you would like that at some point. It would be simple to do, and in all likelihood we wouldn't charge you anything extra to add that on if you ever find that you do want that. And the tutorial that we have for pages, then it will for the most part overlap with what you would need to know to be able to create posts. But posts would be normally for a blog. That's the primary purpose of it on a website like this anyway. We have events over here, and this is for your event tool that allows you to set up all these different times that we have events occurring within your church. It can be for repeated events like on Sunday morning services, or it can be something that is a one-time event, either way, and you can set that up fairly easily. It looks like you've already experimented some with that, and that's great. We'll go through some more details in case there's some confusion on any part of that, and also so that new people can be trained to use this as time goes on. We have our media section here, and it has a library of all the media files that are on the website. These are photos and MP3s, and it can be documents as well. It could be videos, although YouTube is a better option for that. But we don't usually access media files directly within the library. Normally that's done more through a post or a page or a widget, some other place besides here. But you can come here and see everything at once. Now we have forms here, and they are, as the name would imply, the forms for the website. And we have it set up right now with a basic form just for people to have as a basic contact type form, but you can add as many forms as you want. You can do some amazing things with Gravity Forms, the plugin that we use here. For the most part, you're probably going to be keeping it simple, and that's fine, but you can do whatever you want with it, and we will go through a detailed tutorial, and you can see exactly how that functions and how you can make changes to the notifications and the confirmations and things of that nature. We have pages down here, and it has all the pages on the website with the exception of the home page. And actually the sermons page functions just a little differently too. But the home page is not here. It's managed through a different section. Everything else you will find here though, and you can make changes to the pages from this section. A more detailed tutorial will be on its way. Now over here we have a bunch of spam. Let's see, yes, looks like everything is spam, and that's what we would expect. We need to mark this as spam, That way it doesn't keep happening again and again. We don't have comments implemented on the website, so it's not a problem for people seeing these things, but you don't want to have to see over and over and over and over that these spam comments have been made. So we'll be sure that we can put a stop to it one way or another, and we will just disable comments completely to be able to accomplish that. We have Foo Gallery here, and it's used for image galleries. And let's see, it looks like maybe, yeah, we've got one set up here right now, and it's a justified gallery. These are fairly easy to implement. We had previously been using Foo Gallery also for the staff section. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Not on this one. We had a different system in place though for the staff section, and then we've made some changes since then that are new. And you might have noticed we've added this section down here. But we have this gallery section here, and it is very easy to use. And we'll go through that just to be sure that you understand it. We have our sermon section here as well. And we already have some new sermons that have been uploaded. It looks like you're getting the hang of that. We'll go over it again, though, just to be sure that everything is understood. In Genesis, then we have some settings for the theme overall, and it's not something you probably want to deal with too much. It's fine if you do. If anything ever goes wrong, we can fix it. We're backing up our websites automatically every night, so you're safe, but at the same time, there's probably not much of a reason to come in here and make too many changes. Now, under appearance, most of these things are not too important, but widgets and menus are. And so under widgets, then we have the different elements that appear on the home page and also that appear in the sidebar that goes on the right side of certain pages. So we click on Ministries here, and we have these things appearing in this, and that's from the primary sidebar here. And then on the home page, then we have home top, home bottom. These are different parts of the home page over here. And we will go into more detail on that here in a bit. Plugins are little tiny pieces of software that add additional functionality to the website. And you can add new plugins if you want to. And there are a lot of them out there, and many of them are very good, and there are some that are not very good at all. And so if you ever find that you're wanting additional functionality, you can experiment, or it might be best just to ask us. And then sometimes they require some additional tweaking to be sure they work very well with our theme. And so coming to us is probably ideal, but there's no problem with it. If it doesn't work, then just deactivate it and delete it, and then it's no big deal. We have our users section here, and when we're talking about users, we're talking about people who have access to the website. We're talking about those people who have access to the website, and they can control things, and we have administrator roles for everybody right now. There are some other roles you can use, but for the most part, you'll probably just be sticking to adding new administrators for the website. Tools really are not terribly useful, nothing that you would be needing right now in your life. And then under settings, then most of these things are not terribly important, but we have a couple of places that you can make some changes. So right now we have it set up as Cadet Baptist Church, reaching out to show the love of Christ, and that shows up here, Cadet Baptist Church, reaching out to show the love of Christ, and you have it set up to that. You can change that. You don't want to change the WordPress address or site URL. Right now we have the email address set up as the default email address to be coming to me. You're welcome to change that to your email address, and that would be perfectly fine, of course. And a few other settings here. Some of these other settings, they could be of value at some point. We'll look at a couple of those later, but for the most part, you can just explore those on your own, and they're pretty self-explanatory what those options are. We have this staff members section, and everything looks essentially the same on the leaders page here as what it did before, but it turned out that there was a problem going on where it was automatically inserting a large number of paragraph breaks. And so we had to change out to a different system, a different approach for this, and it looks the same as it did before, almost identical, but then it's a different system, and it's better and easier than what it was before anyway. So it was an improvement no matter what, and I'm happy that we were able to make that change, and it's very easy to use, so we will go over that here in a bit also. And we have Soliloquy here, a slideshow system. This controls the slideshow on the home page, and it is quite easy to use. We will go over it, but most of it's fairly simple to understand what the steps would be to ensuring that this is showing the images you want it to show. We have WP Google Map down here, and you can add other locations if you want to. Right now, of course, we just have it set up to being the church address. If you want to have maps of other things on the page, on the website, then You could add other locations, and we will go over it very briefly. For the most part, I imagine you'll just be sticking with your church address, but we will go over it briefly here in a bit and ensure that you know basically how to use that plugin. That is pretty much everything that we have. Now that's very quick, very basic. We're not trying to teach you how to use it right now, just to be sure that you are familiar with what is on your website. And I think we covered those basics. Anytime throughout this, you get to a place you don't understand what we're saying, you don't understand what's happening, you don't know how to do something that you want to do, be sure to give us a call, be sure to text or email or whatever is the easiest way for you, and we would love to get back with you and help you to be able to take full advantage of your website. That's what we're here for. We want to help you in that way, so don't hesitate to contact us.